Hello, and welcome to Paranormal Saturday. Welcome
to the paranormal, to the paranormal, to the paranormal, to the paranormal.
You may enter at your own discretion. You may enter at your own discretion.
Hello. So glad you could join us today on Paranormal Saturday, here within the Paranormal Mansion. Paranormal Saturday is a parashow like no other, folks. For here, we do dabble a bit in theatrics, as well as satire, skits, and whatever else will help highlight certain themes and drive home the point. Also, folks, I don't host this show alone, for I also happen to have two fictional made-up co-hosts who go by the names of Mr. Small Pint and Mr. Big Stuff. They both provide a bit of comic relief and balance to the show when needed.
Boss, am I funny to you?
Shut up, Twinkle Toes. Anyways, with that being said, please do have a seat and buckle up. For as usual, you're in for one heck of a ride as we explore the paranormal. So let's do this. Welcome all to Paranormal Saturday. Welcome all Mansion.
Boss, am I funny to you?
Good grief.
God dog it, Mom. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of Paranormal Saturday. And in this show here, I'm going to go scriptless again, and I'm just going to speak off the top of my mind about certain things that annoy me about movies, particularly horror movies, and how ghosts and other entities are presented. So with that being said, folks, get comfortable, sit back, relax, and join me and my silly dilly crew as we explore movie ghosts and other entities and how they're presented to us on film. Let's begin. Welcome all to Paranormal Saturday. Welcome all to the Paranormal.
Okay, boss, what is it, boss, that really annoys you about ghosts and how they're presented on film?
Well, Small Pine, I'm glad you asked me that question. Because the main thing that kind of annoys me about, I'll call them Hollywood ghosts, is like their need to kill. Because here's what I don't get and understand. To me, if they came back as a ghost, what makes them think you can't come back as a ghost? And if you could come back as a ghost, wouldn't you then immediately seek retribution against the ghost that just took your life? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't that make sense? Okay, so the ghost that attacks you and kills you, like in a movie I was watching last night, so suddenly, okay, they were human before they died, and now they came back to life and they're full of rage and they want revenge. So what makes that ghost think that as soon as you kill them, that you would not immediately...
Boss, why are you saying immediately like that?
Anyways, that you would not immediately come back and seek retribution on them. And now you're a spirit. So now you got the same ghostly powers that they got. But in the movies, you never see that. I don't think I've ever seen that in a movie where a ghost or an entity or a demon killed a human, and then moments later the human popped up out of their own body and began seeking retribution on the ghost or the spirit or demon that took their own life. And something that don't add up right, folks. Come on, you got to be consistent, man. I mean, if the ghost that's attacking you used to be human and they came back, then why wouldn't you immediately be able to come back as well?
You see, folks, this is why I don't like it when Boss doesn't have a script, because they just get a little bit loony.
Look, I don't need no script, man. Shoot, I'm speaking a passion of my heart. You just sit there and be the show producer. That's your job.
Okay, Boss, second question. What is it about how females are portrayed in movies that annoys you?
Well, what annoys me is how they're always portrayed as victims. You know what I'm saying? That really annoys me how in 99.5% of the movies, horror movies out there, scary movies, it's usually females who are cast as these helpless, hopeless, flimsy, emotionally saucy and weak victims. And I just don't think that reflects real life. In real life, a lot of times women are more emotionally hardcore and hardened than a lot of men are. But in the movies, it's usually just the opposite. Especially you go back to the 50s and the 60s, that horrible scream, that horrible female scream. Anytime she sighs, just screams out loud, and then here comes the man to save the day,
You mean like this, boss?
Dang, man, don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that again. Anyways, folks, you know what I'm talking about. How, like in the 60s, women were always portrayed as having brains of jello, who couldn't handle any crisis without John Wayne, showing up to save the day. And some of that still kind of transpires even in today's movies, believe it or not. I mean, in general, movies just don't do a good job at reflecting the overall, scope of people and characters, behaviors, styles, even orientations that are out there. I think I recently saw a movie on Amazon. I forget the name of this movie, dang it. I think Prison or Inmate Zero or something, where they did actually have a gay dude who was actually a part of the group of victims. He was hiding out in a female prison or something. The woman took his wig off, and I don't know, it was a weird movie. It was a pretty good movie, actually, a zombie movie, actually. But, aside from here and there, you just don't see, think about it, folks. You would think that in life, people are very diverse. So why wouldn't they be diverse in death, assuming that ghosts exist? You know what I'm saying? In life, you've got people that are gay, straight, cisgender, all the other kind of genders you want to toss in there. You got Republicans, Democrats, Taliban, you know what I'm saying? You got Shiite Muslims, you got Africans, Navajo Indians. People are diverse. All I'm saying is Hollywood tends to portray ghosts as being very, how can I put this, white.
Boss, you forgot to mention Jewish ghosts. Shouldn't some ghosts be Jewish?
Oh yeah, Small Pint, yeah, you're right. I forgot about the Jewish ghost. Do you feel better now, man? We all know this. Let's face it, folks. Basically, ghosts or any other entity you see on screen is basically a projection of the writer. It's a projection of the man or the person who wrote the character. So basically, monsters that you see on TV are basically a reflection of man's own dark nature. That's all it is. Man, never forget this, it's man who invents monsters. Monsters didn't invent man, rather man invented and invents monsters. It's man who invented Jason from Friday the 13th. Jason didn't invent man. It's man who invented Michael Myers, Freddy Krueger, and all the other monsters, okay? They didn't invent us. We invented them. And they're simply another part of our dark, warped natures.
Well, maybe that's why everyone should repent and go to church.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Anyways, folks, as you know, that's my assistant sidekick, a Small Pint, a 21-year-old autistic wonder. And sometimes their autism tends to spill and slip all up into the show. But that aside, let's move on. Okay, Small Pint, what's the other thing on the list you got?
I think you wrote down demons versus ghosts?
Yeah, I did. And that's really for a whole other show. In other words, I could do a whole show on demons or angels or spirits versus the dead. And that I don't think they're in the same realm, ladies and gentlemen. In other words, I don't think that ghosts, or what they call it, the disemboweled spirits of man, exist in the same realm as, let's say, demons or angels, because demons and angels aren't dead. Think about what I just said, folks. Demons, we call them demons. That's the name we give them. Just like we have slurs for humans, you know what I'm saying? You got all kind of, how we give each other derogatory names. Well, think about it. Maybe the word demon is derogatory to a spirit. But that being said, I don't think demons or angels exist in the same realm that, let's say, the disemboweled spirits of humans do. Because humans, in other words, A disemboweled spirit from a human, that means that they're dead, that they don't have a body to occupy anymore. They're dead, they're a spirit. But demons or angels aren't dead. You see what I'm saying? They're alive. They've never died. So I don't know if like demons and angels, when they die, if they die, do they come back as some kind of a demonic ghost or an angelic ghost? No one's ever brought that up before, folks. No one.
Boss, you stole that idea from me.
Okay, small point, you're right. Okay, sometimes your autistic mind makes this show interesting. And so yeah, okay, fine. I borrowed that from you. But I'm only sharing it with the audience because it makes sense. You know? I mean, angels or demons have never died. So they're alive. They're just alive in a different realm. Whereas ghosts are dead. Ghosts, in order to be a ghost, you have to have first had a body. Then your body, breaks down and dies. Now you're a ghost. So I'm not sure if demons, angels, and ghosts exist on the same realm. But that's for another show, folks. Already, I've exceeded the length of time that I wanted this particular show to be. So with that, folks, for the sake of time and production, we're going to begin to wind today's show down. But first off, what did you learn from today's show, Small Pint?
I learned, boss, that if I scream like this...
Don't do it. Don't do it.
I learned if I scream like that, boss, that it works. Like women in the movies, they get a lot of attention. And everybody comes running around to see if everything's okay.
Small Pint, if you ever make that sound again, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to vomit.
All over your feet.
Anyways, folks, good googly moogly. Oh, man. Anyways, folks, thank you for joining us here on Paranormal Saturday. It's a show like no other. And we simply try to bring you to paranormal, I don't know, in a different format. And more of a, I don't know, Scooby-Dooby-Doo format, maybe more of a Monsters format, and we just try to bring you something different, folks. Because you can go to any other paranormal platform and you can get the usual stiff delivery of the facts, of the paranormal facts. We here at the Paranormal ABC have sent our ghost hunters down into the McManning house to uncover rumors that the ghost of Tybon still exists. Please do join us at 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying? I could do all that stuff, folks, but I want something different. So with that being said, folks, we are out. Everyone have a wonderful day. I know a lot's going on in the world. And if you ever need an escape, if you ever want to laugh, if you ever want to join the Three Stooges of Paranormal Saturday, then please do tune in to our show and spread the word. And with that, we are out. Small Pint, I'm just surprised this whole show went through and you didn't ask me if you're fat.
What did you call me, boss? I'm fat?
No, I said you didn't ask me if you were fat.
Why? Do you want me to be fat?
No, I don't want you to be fat. I'm just saying normally you ask me if you are fat.
Well, am I? Am I fat, boss, since you brought it up?
No, Small Pint, you're not fat. I was just, forget it, man. Forget about it, man. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. Please do join us for our next episode. We are out.